On this week's show, Liberty football opens up spring practice and adds some new pieces to the roster. Plus, see how one women's tennis player is pursuing her passion of hockey.
And former Flames golfer Kieran Vincent is making a name for himself on the LIV Tour. We'll hear from him. It's all straight ahead. This is Flames Central.
You've come to expect one thing when you tune into Flame Central. You've come to expect a great show with great stories about Liberty athletes. And guess what? We deliver again today. Welcome on into the show as always. She's Emily Austin. I'm Matt Warner.
We have some new faces to introduce to you on football as the Flames are getting ready to hit the gridiron for spring ball. But first, we begin with Liberty Hoops.
Yeah, the Flames, coming off their first Conference USA road win of the season, returned home on Thursday to square off with Middle Tennessee. Liberty, in the middle of the pack in CUSA, looking to get hot and make a move. But the Flames were going to have to do it shorthanded. Junior Joseph Vincent was out with a shoulder injury, putting Brody Peebles in the starting lineup for the first time in 769 days. And he would make up for lost time. Peebles would make 7 of 12 shots from the field on his way to a team-high 21 points. He's like, I could get used to this whole starting thing. Meanwhile, the Flames would jump out to a double-digit lead in the first half. Elias King trying to keep the Blue Raiders in it. He'd score 19 on the night, but Liberty would lead by 9 at the break. Second half, and it turned into the Zach Cleveland show. The kid would do it all. Liberty made its first 7 shots of the half, with Cleveland making 5 of them. He was also a force on the defensive end, as he stuffed the stat sheet to the tune of 20 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists, and 4 blocks. That hot shooting would allow the Flames to pull away for a dominant win, 88-53. The win gives the Flames a 4-5 record in CUSA play. All right, switching gears to football. And you're like, football in February? Yes, in February. Jamie Chadwell and the Flames don't have to wait for spring to start spring ball. They're doing it right now. Fresh off a 13-1 season, Liberty is right back at it as they begin spring ball this weekend. Not nearly as many question marks this spring compared to a season ago, but the target that will be on this team's back will be twice as big. The Flames are set to practice for 3 weeks, all leading up to this year's spring game at Williams Stadium on March 2nd. More information on that as we get closer. Staying with football, Wednesday was the second National Signing Day. It was also when the Flames officially announced their additions from the transfer portal. The first thing to jump out to you from this list, 3 linebackers. Jamar Brown comes in from Coastal Carolina, where he played previously for Jamie Chadwell. And Taylor Jackson comes from East Carolina, where he racked up 51 tackles a season ago. Another notable name, quarterback Ryan Berger. He won the starting job at App State last year before suffering an injury, so he'll provide great depth behind Caden Salter. And finally, a couple of intriguing receivers. Dante Lee Jr., he comes in from Division II Shaw University, chose the Flames over multiple Power 5 offers. And Tyson Mobley, who snagged 40 catches 2 seasons ago under Chadwell at Coastal. Finding players in the portal, it can be a challenge, but Chadwell likes what the Flames have accomplished this year.
It's still hard at speed dating, you know, what you're used to. It's still speed dating. It's hard just trying to get people to know in a short amount of time, right? And so that's the hardest challenge, I think, from a portal standpoint. Like the high school guys, you got a lot of chance to develop relationships with the portal transfer guys. It's a short amount of window, you know, and you're trying to get to know them. They're trying to get to know us, and you think you have an understanding. You really don't till they're here. You know, you can talk with coaches and all that. And so I do think we hit on some, we hope, good players, but I do really think from a transfer standpoint, we hit on some guys that are good people as well and that, you know, fit what we're trying to do here.
For the record, Coach Chadwell was not pointing at me when he was talking about speed dating. But hey, it's never too early to get excited about football season, am I right? But for now, let's get back to the hardwood. The Lady Flames are smoking hot right now. Winners of 4 straight, Liberty hits the road for its most difficult conference contest to date. LU will face a Middle Tennessee team that's an undefeated 7-0 in CUSA play. It was a solid start for the Lady Flames, leading 22-17 early in the second quarter. Another solid effort coming from your CUSA Player of the Week, Bella Smuda. But the Lady Raiders were unstoppable on this one. Final score, 81-55. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Lady Flame Asia Boone collected her 7th Freshman of the Week honor, which ties for the most the award has been given out to a freshman in CUSA history. Boone is also just 1 honor away from tying the program record, which Kian Green holds with 8. So we thought it would be a perfect time to learn more about Boone and her game.
Asia Boone with a smile on her face. Great defense by Boone.
Boone left open, gathers, launches, and hits.
My name is Asia Boone. I am a shooting guard / point guard on the Liberty women's basketball team. During games, I'm very locked in. Nothing will faze me. I'm in the zone.
For Seth. And here comes.
How about the strength from the freshman, Asia Boone?
I feel like I always have good energy. I feel like I'm always loud and like let's go girls, or if one of my teammates is struggling, then I'm gonna be like, okay, it's okay, let's pick it up in this next play. I'm always encouraging, so I feel like that's what I bring to the table.
How Asia went all the way to the rim. They cannot lack for confidence, and that's what you want to see from your freshman, a big 3 to start it off.
My pops has always told me to have a short-term memory in basketball. I'm not perfect, neither is my teammates, neither is my coaches. Everybody makes mistakes. So when I make a mistake, I laugh it off. I was just it's okay. Next play. Nobody's gonna remember all the mistakes that I made in the game after the game.
Sprinting, keeps it with LU. Boone misses a jumper. Scene with an offensive rebound. Offensive rebounds continuing to pile up for LU, and it results in more second chance points. Asia Boone with the triple.
Our culture this year is called Get To. So we had a long practice, 2.5-hour practice, and we have to go to weights after. We're all we don't want to go, but we're we get to go. We're just get to. We get to do all of these things. We're blessed to do all these things.
Asia Boone might just be the face of the Liberty women's program here in the very near future. All right, well, when you're a Division I college athlete, your sport is basically a full-time job. And typically, it's also your passion. And while that's all true for women's tennis player Bruna Sampaio, she's also very passionate about another sport as well, one that's far from popular in her home country of Brazil, and one that she covers from the broadcast booth.
She's all alone, she can make it. She takes the shot and she scores. Masina tried to center it in, and that's another goal for the Flames. There's a lot of pressure here for this Liberty team, and they score! Lee now with the bucket is able to finally grab Daleka as she gets in 5-hole. Madison Gleer with the first goal of 2024 for the Lady Flames.
Bruna Sampaio is not your typical two-sport athlete. The young Brazilian would follow in her dad's footsteps and pick up a ball and racket at an early age to begin her journey in the game of tennis. But a trip to the States would reveal a passion for a new sport that Bruna had never seen before.
I came in December of 2017 with my dad, and my dad told me I'm gonna introduce you to American sports. I had no idea what football was, I had no idea what hockey was, basketball. So we watched Jacksonville Jaguars game against Indianapolis Colts, which was really good. Then we watched Orlando Magic against Golden State Warriors, also fun. And lastly, we watched the Tampa Bay Lightning against Colorado Avalanche. I never fell in love so quickly in my life before. Just watching the puck drop, there were 2 goals in the first 2 minutes of the game. Just the atmosphere inside, I absolutely fell in love with hockey right there and then. And I just started inserting myself in the game of hockey.
The new hockey fan would move over 4,000 miles to the mountains of Central Virginia and begin her collegiate tennis career at Liberty University, when an opportunity arose off the court that would allow her to pursue her newfound love of hockey in a unique way.
The first week of my sophomore year, Bennett came into my class and he explained about Liberty Broadcast Experience, which is an opportunity for students to work within the broadcast of sports. And he said that every student had to start at lower level hockey. And I just found that awesome because it's literally the sport that I understand the most of and that I love the most. He passed on a sign-up sheet and I was like, I'm there.
But the eager athlete would first have to get the blessing from her tennis coach, Jeff Marin.
I spoke to Bruna about her interest in broadcasting and sports in general, and I thought it was a perfect situation for her. She had this gave her the opportunity to use her gifts, her strengths, and the love that she had for sports and for statistics wanting to be involved, especially in hockey. I think it was just an incredible fit, and so I was all in for that. I thought it was an incredible idea that she had and something she wanted to do, and I endorsed it. I said, go for it. You know, as long as you are here in practice and you're giving 100% and you're here in our matches, go for it. Let's see what you can do.
With coach on board, Sampaio would attack this new adventure like she does the net.
Whenever it's go time, there's no time to practice, you know, so you need to practice and prep beforehand. The same is with tennis, right? We practice 6 times a week for an entire semester before our season even starts, because if you don't do anything and it's a game day, you're not going to be ready for it, and you're not going to be ready for the opportunity. And I think the same thing goes as calling a hockey game. You know, you can't just expect to get into it and know instantly what to say. If you don't prepare, if you don't know the things that you need to know before you go into a game, like, you're gonna blank and you're just gonna not be able to say anything.
Adamek is ahead, another shot, and another great save there by Daleka, sprawling down on the ice. It truly has been the story of this game so far.
While the young broadcaster has never played a shift in a hockey game, she has been able to bring her unique perspective as an athlete to the booth.
I think being an athlete helps me understand the sacrifice that goes into your craft. For me, at least, with tennis, I had to sacrifice a lot growing up in order to be in the position that I am today. You do all of that for the love of the sport and for trying to put yourself in the best position to win. And I think whenever I'm doing hockey games and I understand the amount of work that they put into it, and I understand how badly they want it.
Sends it in front for Adamek, who has Fussy with her, and she scores! Fussy with the second goal of the game. A feed from Adamek, as she's able to take that one in between the pads and the glove from Daleka. The Flames going up 2-0 late in the third period.
Even though her dad isn't here in the stands to watch his daughter call games or play in a tennis match, Bruna knows that he's tuning in from a hemisphere away.
My dad is like my biggest supporter, always. So even though if I say something wrong in a game, he'll always be like, hey, I'm so proud of you, and it's so amazing, like, what you're doing. And it's just so special to have him watch it.
Puxa, ontem à noite eu vi a transmissão lá do jogo de hockey. Ah, você tá ótimo, filhinha. Muito orgulhoso de você. Gostei dos comentários. Eu falei com sua mãe, impressionante como você tá falando bem em inglês.
The only reason why I get to do what I'm doing today is because of him. He was the one that introduced me to hockey. He was the one that showed me this amazing sport. And I wouldn't be doing what I do today without him. So I think it's very special to have him watch a byproduct of what he started.
Filhinha, assisti, amei. Super feliz de te ver bem aí. Muito orgulhoso de você aí. Então estamos muito felizes. Espero que você continue indo super bem aí. Tá bom?
Obrigado, papi. Sim, com certeza. Saudade de vocês.
A gente ama muito você também.
Também te amo muito.
Um beijo bem grande, tá? Beijo, filha.
Tchau, tchau.
Tchau, tchau.
What a great story by our Donald Scott. You know, something about Bruna, she's so passionate and dedicated to this career field. Not only is she in the broadcast booth, but I see her on the sidelines at football games, rolling cable. Yeah. She's doing graphics at basketball games, so she is all in.
Yeah, and her love of hockey is so wild. Like, she consumes it. She'll tell me she'll watch entire games from 30 years ago on YouTube. She is so passionate about the game of hockey. And I have no doubt she can go as far as she wants to in the broadcasting field, like with the game of hockey, because of that passion.
Word on the street, she's a bigger hockey fan than that Canadian Rhett McGibbon, but we'll have to see. Yeah. All right, we take you from the court to the links for our next update, which is on former Liberty golfer Kieran Vincent. Matt, it's been so exciting to follow along Kieran's journey since his LU playing days. It seems like he's in a new country every other day, so let's get you all caught up on his travels, or should I say his insane success the last year and a half. As you may remember, the South African had an incredible career here at Liberty from 2016 to 2022. In fact, he won the Big South Conference Rookie of the Year back in 2017. He went on to go turn pro in 2022, playing on the PGA Tour Canada and Asian Tour, which is when he won his first pro tournament at the International Series Vietnam in April of 23. Then he earned his Live Golf Tour spot in a playoff at the Live Promotions event in December 2023. Matt, next thing you know, he joins John Rahm's Legion 13 team, which was just formed last Monday. Then they teed off at Live Golf's Mayakoba in Mexico just 4 days later. Here's the former Flame arriving at the course. Matt Warner, take note of the backpack. repping the Flames. Love it. Kieran finished the event tied for 38th, his best round coming on Sunday at 2 under. But as a team, Legion 13 won the event. Here's Kieran after the victory.
I'm not really a leaderboard follower or looker, so I try and avoid it as best as I can, but my peripheral got the better of me today, and so I kept peeking at it every now and again, like, oh, I shouldn't be doing that. But yeah, obviously it was nice to see a little bit of pink on top, and yeah, I saw it a couple of times throughout the round, and I was like, well, I know my score is, average right now, so the guys must be playing good, and then I kept looking every now and again and kept going, so it was awesome.
All right, we step aside for a moment, but when we come back, we get you ready for baseball season and let you know how the Flames are expected to fare in Conference USA.
Plus, Rhett joins us for Warm, Hot, and Fuego. That's all when Flames Central returns.
So you're looking for a university that's perfect for you, a school that has anything you could possibly need.
Anything?
You want a place that has the programs you want to study, and maybe a few more, just in case you change your mind.
I think I'm going to sign up for the fashion design program.
All right. A place with state-of-the-art facilities. I mean, look at this campus.
And who doesn't love big-time sports?
And great recreational activities.
Okay, now we're on a roll. Somewhere you can hike, slide, strike, shoot, climb, eat, and most importantly, eat. You want a place that takes you to space? Okay, maybe not, but we can teach you how to fly, or pastor a church, or run a business. And all that with a great view? Yeah, I think I know a place.
At Liberty University, we understand life can be unpredictable, and when you need a resilient career, your education should withstand any test. So we've made sure the degree you need is within reach by freezing one of the lowest tuition rates in the nation for 8 years and counting, and giving scholarships, discounts, and credit for work you've already done. Because we're proud of what you do. We've done this for over 30 years, and we know how to help. We're here to help you.
Does education mean a room with 4 walls, a desk, and a PowerPoint lecture?
Or is it something bigger?
What if it's the people beside you, 1 chair away or 1 ocean away?
What if it's the chance to learn from your mistakes, as well as your victories?
And the push to keep going either way.
What if it's the freedom to reach for bigger things without missing the little ones in between?
For each of us, education looks a bit different.
Because we're each a bit different.
But at Liberty, we think education might just mean something big enough for all of us.
That's Liberty to us.
What will Liberty be to you?
Welcome back to Flame Central. Despite the cold conditions here in Lynchburg, Liberty Baseball will hit the field to host Quinnipiac in its first series of the season next weekend. The Flames had a somewhat disappointing finish to last year, dropping 3 straight, including a loss in the ASUN semifinal. However, LU will now shift its focus to Conference USA, where the Flames are already picking up some praise. Infielders Cam Foster and Aiden Sweat, as well as pitcher Garrett Horn, were all named to the CUSA preseason all-conference team. Foster started all 58 games for LU last season, hitting .272 with 44 RBI and 40 runs scored, not to mention a career high and team-leading 12 home runs. Sweat is a transfer coming from 3 seasons at North Florida, where he was a 2-time ASUN all-conference second baseman. I'll tell you, Matt Warner, this guy is going to be fun to watch. It seems like nothing really gets by him at second. Finally, Horn makes the list after posting 15 starts with the 5 6-5 record in 2023. The lefty struck out 87 and held opponents to a .214 batting average. And hopefully that talent will help the Flames meet the expectations of this preseason poll, or hey, maybe even exceed them. Who knows? This is how the CUSA head coaches think it will all shake out. Dallas Baptist is projected to take the conference crown. The Patriots won the CUSA regular season last year. The rankings are followed by Liberty, La Tech, and Sam Houston.
All right, Rhett McGibbons here. You know what that means. Time for Warm, Hot, and Fuego, top player moment over the past week in Liberty Athletics. Rhett, do we have any kind of theme we're working with this week?
Not really a theme, but we do have a newcomer to the list, and she is from a place in the Caribbean that I don't know why you'd leave. Like, truthfully, it's Trinidad and Tobago.
Oh,
I was looking
have
at
you
the
ever been?
No, I haven't.
No,
but looking at the pictures and like just the crystal clear water, the beach, I'd be like, can I join the national team?
We might need to go do a story there.
I think that'd be a great idea. Emily, I bet you'd be on that one as well. But Reese Webster, this youngster that's come onto this Flames team, first year as a Flame, she has been terrific. Unbeaten in 7 individual races to start off her Liberty career. That's between the 60-meter and the 200-meter. So she has just been flying high. She's got a 7.32 in the 60. That's #1 in Conference USA and 38th in the NCAA.
Wow.
So coming into the Darius Dixon this weekend, she's got some stiff competition going on. I think it's going to be a really good challenge for her, but she's gotten better each individual race she's run, so I think she's going to get it.
All right, from warm, we go to hot. Who's your pick?
All right, Zach Cleveland.
How good is he been?
Yeah, he's been terrific. I was going to almost ask you, tell us about this guy.
I mean, most important player on Liberty basketball, I believe.
I went back to last year, his average in points. You got any guesses?
Is it like 3.5?
Yeah, 3.4.
Yeah.
You look at it this season, well over that in the teens. He's the Conference USA Player of the Week. You look at average 20.5 points, 7 assists, 5.5 rebounds versus the Aggies, 23 points versus UTEP, 18 points. He's just so versatile. Like you said, he can get down in the post, he can pass it out, he can drive, he can slash. I know the three-pointer, it really isn't his game, but last year we're talking about him as like, this guy could dunk. Like that felt like that was the main thing. Watch out when he gets some territory, some room, because he can throw it down now. Watch out in every aspect of the offensive game because he can do so much with it.
Yeah, he's been so good. And a lot of times he brings the ball up. They use him as like a point forward. So he has been really dynamic for them this season. All right, finally, Red in Fuego. Who you got this week?
Oh, it's Bella Smuda. Again, how good is she?
What a season for Bella Smuda. I know
really
we keep talking about it, but she keeps getting better and better and better.
She really does. You know, you spend so many years behind Maya McMillan, and again, I've said this in the past, like good for her sticking with the Liberty program and wanting to stay here at LU, and then she has just reaped the benefits this season. 27 points versus UTEP. She as well was the Conference USA Player of the Week. 7 rebounds. She's #1 in CUSA when it comes to double-doubles. She's just pulling it down. So you look at some games, and I'm like, oh, I bet she probably had like 10 or 11 rebounds. She has like 18. I'm like, goodness sakes. It's funny thing, against UTEP, only second time this season that she did not have an offensive rebound. And then I went to the field goal percentage. She shot it at 83%. Wow. So when you're not missing it, I guess, you don't need to pull down any offensive boards, right? Liberty was just clicking. And, man, I really hope she sticks around for one more season with this young, talented team they have, because I think they can really do some serious damage in the years ahead.
I mean, she's going to be first team all-conference, right? She has to be with the season that she's had. Rhett, great job as always. We appreciate it. Don't go anywhere. More Flame Central coming up right after this.
Welcome to Liberty University's online programs, where living out your calling with integrity is what you train to do. And getting ready for the future doesn't mean missing out on the now. Because a university is more than buildings and books. And an education should set you free, not fence you in. Welcome to Liberty's global campus, where distance learning was pioneered and evolved into one of the top-ranked schools in the nation. Where protecting your budget, your time, and your education isn't just a theory, it's our priority. Here, degrees in your field reflect industry demands and help you get ahead of the competition. Where college comes to you, but you can come to college too. Game day, homecoming, graduation day. Your school, your values, your experience, your choice. Welcome to Liberty University, where we train champions for Christ.
Challenges, they're nothing new. At Liberty, we know they make you stronger, force you to learn, adapt, to overcome. When your next challenge comes, be ready. Meet it with a degree that propels you forward. We've helped champions like you succeed for 35 years and counting. And now, over 100,000 students are getting stronger every day. At Liberty University, challenges make champions. Let's overcome together.
Being a parent and helping your kids through school, it's not exactly easy. I mean, there's waking up at 5 a.m., the morning routine, helping with homework, sitting in traffic. You get it. What if there was a way you could get your kids a quality Christian education where they can work at any pace, any time, from anywhere? School that works for your schedule and frees your kids to keep doing what they love. Well, that's exactly what we do. LUOA, school that goes where you do.
Welcome back to the show. You know, for some people, a quick half hour of us here on Flame Central just isn't enough. You know, there's more to talk about when it comes to Liberty Athletics.
There absolutely is. I get it. You want to dive deeper. You want to hear more from coaches, athletes, and of course, get educated opinions from those who are closest to the programs. You know, I have some news for you. It's called the Flame Central Podcast, people, and it's powered by Alcova Mortgage. It's everything you need and more in a Liberty Flames focused podcast. We're really serious about sports.
Yes.
But the rest of the time,
not so much.
We're not really serious at all. Joe Yock, Matt Warner, and myself drop a new episode each and every Monday. Check it out wherever you listen to your podcast or watch it on the Liberty Flames YouTube channel. Great guest coming this week, so be sure to tune in.
Hey, for any stories you might have missed, libertyflamecentral.com. Be sure to check it out. For Emily, I'm Matt. We'll see you right back here next week.